Okay, in this video here, I'm going to quickly show how to adjust the belt for the PR's injectors from Ruhle. For an example, here you have a belt. Right now, for the demo purposes, we've raised it up. You don't have to take out the whole needle beam, but this is just for you to show what parts you need to access. For the most part, if there's a lot of slack, that's because one of the springs on the inside here is broken. You may need to replace that. In order to replace that, you're going to have to get to this part here, and this is able to adjust the belt tightness, but you're going to have to loosen the belt from here, and then get one of the clips on the belt. You're going to have to remove one of the clips so that you can have the belt become apart, and then so that you can access the springs. And this is your tool here that tightens the belt as well. Okay, we are ready to ship this injector, but before we do, we wanted to do a little reminder video for when it came to the cleaning process. If you are unaware of how to do the cleaning process for the Ruhle PR15 injectors, and what you need to do is when you are running the machine, you stop it with the needles in this position all the way up, stop the machine there, and then at the end of the day, at the end of the production, you want to put in your plastic board with this, which is this here, and you're going to put it this way here. And then you're gonna start the machine. Okay, you run the machine like normal, and you make sure the bucket is filled with water, or water with soap, whatever you want to run in the water to clean the inside of the needles. Okay, and that's what you do. The needles will then press against here, and the pressure of the water will run through the needles, and this is what you need in order to clean the needles at the end of every production, so that way there's nothing left inside the needles, so that it doesn't dry up and cause the needles to be blocked at the end of the day. So that's the very most important thing. At the end of every shift, put the needles in this position, and then run the machine with this here. Run it with the water solution that you have. Let the water go through the needles like normal operation, and you run it so until you see that the needles have been nice and cleaned, and then that's it. And then you take it away, take this away, and then you have your machine in good working order, ready to use on the meat again the next day. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to remove the needles from the PR injectors and how to clean them. First, you want to remove the cover from the machine to gain access to the needles. The next step is you're going to use I should tell you the tools that you're going to need is a pointy vice grip and a number 14 wrench and a stainless steel wire that's thick enough to get inside the needle. And you're also going to need an air hose with this type of attachment. Alright, so first step is we're going to use the pointy needles, and we're going to place it in the middle of the spring. Do not actually attach the spring, so you're going to push up and squeeze it tightly to hold the spring. So it holds it from there. Then you're going to grab the number 14 wrench, and you're going to hold both and then turn it clockwise, and you're going to bring it downwards, and you remove it. Simple like that. You're going to grab the stainless steel wire, and you're going to in and out of the holes as well. Once that's done, you're going to grab the air hose, you're going to stick it in, covering the holes, and you blow out any debris, anything that's in there. And that's how you clean the needles. Putting the needles back on. This is how we do it. Putting it back on. Simply twist back up into position. Give it a little tight squeeze and remove the pointy wrench. And you're all set. Okay, I'm going to show, today I'm going to show you when you first get the machine. This is a European machine, Ruhle, made in Germany. And this has been totally refurbished. Now there is some confusion when some customers receive the machine without the plug at the end. So I'm going to explain this to you because each person has a different wall outlet. So this machine, it is a 220 volts, 60 hertz, 3-phase. And what you'll the yellow and green wire is the ground or neutral. The black is phase 1, and another black phase 2, and the brown phase 3. Sometimes when you plug this into the male plug, if you have the wires the phases incorrect, right, you will just have to reverse it. And I'll show you what happens when you have the phases incorrectly plugged into the male plug. So a good way to determine and to know that you've plugged in the wires incorrectly is you will start seeing bubbles coming up. The reason why that is that instead of sucking the water up the tube, it's actually blowing it out. That means the impeller inside the machine is turning the opposite way, the way that it's not supposed to. If the wires are plugged in correctly at the plug, then the impeller will turn the correct way, pushing or sucking the water up the pipe. And so right now you see the bubbles. That means it's the wrong way. As soon as you see that, stop the machine right away before you damage it. So when you see those bubbles, you gotta come back to your plug and do one of the different scenarios. You can change the two blacks to the opposite poles in your plug, right? Or you can change the brown and the black to the different positions. And that should fix the way that the machine works the proper way. Now let's go see what happens when you've changed it. Right now for this video, I've already gone and changed the black for black. I've changed that, and now I'm gonna turn on the machine. So now you see the machine starts working, sucks up the water right away, and you can tell pressure, and the machine is working. There's your pressure. Okay,